Danny, 3 league wins in a row, and we'll take that going into this Tuesday's game against Halifax.
Yeah, we've been in relatively good form, so it's nice to go into games with that. But it doesn't mean anything when you're going into against opposition like Halifax. They're also in good form. It becomes irrelevant. It's about who turns up on the night and who does the right things in the evening. And you know what? They're a good side. They're an effective side. We saw that second half against them this season already here. So look, it's nice to have the wins under our belt, but look, we've still got a lot of work to do, and we need to take that into tomorrow.
Exactly that. And we asked about consistency and form in the league, and to be fair, we are starting to show that, especially in our last 3 games.
Yeah, that's all league football is about, is trying to be consistent and keep putting those points on the board, which we have been doing recently. So long may that continue, but as we said, it's going to be it's a long trip for us tomorrow. Unfortunately, travel isn't exactly how we'd want it to be because of train times and whatnot. So look, it is what it is, but we get up there and we'll like we do every game, we'll give it our best shot, make sure we try and bring those 3 points home.
And like every pre-match, I'll ask you the same question: what's the injury latest on the players?
So we're still missing Mitch, George, Rowie and Joe Roberts through COVID. So they're not available. They're still self-isolating. No Finney, no Craig, no Ross, no Kins. So yeah, that's about it, mate, to be honest.
That doesn't matter though, because the players we have got in, they showed in the last game they can step up and perform for the occasion.
Yeah, we ask a lot of the lads, like from an intensity perspective. Every time we train, every time we go out on the pitch, we ask a lot, and we knew that within reason, because of the way the system, the season was going to be, that we were going to need the squad, and it's been work. It's been hard work because you've got to keep them happy, and especially with a few of the lads because they've not been involved. So you've got to try and keep them so that when they are ready, they're in the right frame of mind. And to credit to the lads, and I think that's what we forget sometimes, is it's not easy being a footballer. Everyone assumes that when they hear you're a professional football player, they all think of the glamour of the Premier League. Well, it's not like that at this level, and players worry about their mortgages, they worry about everything that's going on in the world at the minute, and contracts. The contract lengths at this level are not the same. So trying to keep them mentally fixated on the end goal is difficult at times, and credit to all the lads at the club, they've been spot on.
One point that has been raised, especially after Saturday's result, is in 3 of our last few games, is that we get those last minute goals. Does that come from the mentality that you give to the players, or does that come from just pushing to the last minute?
I'd say a combination of the two, really. We never talk about 90-minute football matches. We don't talk like that. We talk about 100-minute games. When you talk about injuries, injury time, and at both ends of the halves and whatnot, and the way the games are now with amount of substitutions that get made late to try and waste time and etc. We talk about the 100-minute mark, and we're still not there, in my opinion. But we're getting there with that mentality of going and going and going, and I think people would agree that we have got that mentality, and we're becoming a little bit more ruthless, we're becoming relentless, and they're key words that we use all the time. The 3 R's we use: ruthless, relentless and resilient. We talk about those all the time, and we're getting there. It's never a quick fix. You can't just go into a dressing room and say, come on lads, I want you to be ruthless, relentless and resilient, and that's how it works. You've got to train it, you've got to work on it, and the boys are getting there. I think the only game this year where I don't think we showed a true account of ourselves from an effort perspective was probably here against Solihull. I thought we were very poor on the night. So as good as they were, it was as bad as I thought we were. But all the other games, even the ones that we've lost, we never stopped. Even Yeovil away, we weren't great, but we didn't stop. We kept on going and going and going. And again, that's a credit to the staff, that's a credit to the players, because we've all got a very similar work ethic.
You spoke about the last time we played Halifax here. It was a game of 2 halves, I think. To be fair, in the first half, we were the better side, and then Halifax came out and they were much better. Obviously you have your preparation for the game. What are you expecting from them this
Well, they've slightly changed their personnel again. Like you mentioned earlier, they're on a good run as well, and I don't even think they were fantastic second half. Halifax, they had a 10-minute spell where they scored 3 really quick goals and it just knocked us for 6. But look, we're a little bit different than that as well. When you look at our personnel that played in that game, and some forced, some unforced, and yeah, look, I don't think you can read too much into it. They've had a similar run to us in the sense of some wins, some losses, and a few draws thrown in as well.
And I assume you'll have watched their last game as well.
Yeah, as I said, I thought they were really good against Solihull, and obviously they've beaten Notts County recently as well. So, I mean, we laugh about it all the time, and we even joked about it on Saturday about almost just recording the same interview and just changing the name at the start, because they're a really good side and a team that have got aspirations of getting in the playoffs again, because that's where they were last season.
Are you in with a shot? More information below. Click here for the next video, click here to subscribe.